Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jax Wisdom, and today we're going to be talking about cytokinesis. We're going to be going over what exactly cytokinesis is, we will discuss a few ways for you to remember it better, and finally we will talk about why exactly cytokinesis is important. By the end of this video, you should be an absolute expert on cytokinesis. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing that we need to do whenever we're talking about cytokinesis is define what precisely cytokinesis actually is. Cytokinesis is defined by Oxford Languages as the cytoplasmic division of a cell at the end of mitosis or meiosis, bringing about the separation into two daughter cells. So basically, to put it simply, mitosis and meiosis are the separation of the things inside the cell, and then cytokinesis is the separation of the actual two daughter cells. And cytokinesis will be happening right after mitosis and meiosis. Another thing that should probably be mentioned is that cytokinesis is different in plants and animals, but we're going to go over that a bit more in a minute. First, we're going to go over cytokinesis in animal cells. When cytokinesis first begins, in animal cells, the cell will be looking something like this. Now, keep in mind that this is taking place right after mitosis and meiosis. So as you can see, all the DNA and all of that good stuff has already been duplicated, and we're pretty much ready to go. So now that cytokinesis is actually beginning, you're going to have this cleavage furrow right here in the middle starting to form. The cleavage furrow is a contractile ring of actin and myosin filaments, which in layman's terms basically means it's a ring of proteins in the cytoskeleton. This ring of proteins is then going to just contract tighter and tighter and tighter, and eventually completely pull the two sides together, resulting in two daughter cells. You could think of this almost like closing a drawstring bag. So that was cytokinesis in animal cells. So now it is time to talk about cytokinesis in plant cells. So cytokinesis in plant cells is going to start out with the cell looking something like this. You're going to have these vesicles containing cell wall material collecting in a line down the center of the cell. These vesicles are forming what is known as the cell plate. Now that it has came together, the cell plate is just going to continue to grow outwards until eventually its membrane will have formed with the plasma membrane, separating them into two daughter cells. I think that you could think of cytokinesis in plant cells almost like cutting something in half with a knife. This is because whenever you cut something in half, you sort of have that line of division form, and it just gets more and more defined until eventually the thing that you're cutting completely separates. Now that we have gone over what exactly cytokinesis is, we need to talk about why it is important that we learn about cytokinesis. The main reason that cytokinesis is important is because it's essential to cell division and the cell cycle. Without cytokinesis, nothing would work. We need cytokinesis to actually separate the cell in half, and also to ensure that just one nucleus ends up in each daughter cell. Without cytokinesis, there's no cell division, and without cell division, there will be no new cells being formed, so there will be no genetic variation, which would result in extinction of organisms on a large scale. Cytokinesis is absolutely essential to us being able to live every day, and that is why it's important that we learn about it. On that note, I hope that you feel enlightened now that you are an expert on cytokinesis, and most of all, thank you for watching.